welcome to the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment as the Washington Redskins, with a chance to win a football game to get into the 2017 NFL playoffs, failed to show up against the New York Giants and lose 19-10. And man, let's start at the quarterback position. Kirk Cousins did not have a great game today. I don't care that he completed like 65% of his passes. If you watch the game today, he was not impressive at all. Very inaccurate, not poised at all. Got sacked 4 times. I would even say a couple of those sacks were on him because I did not love how long he was holding onto the football and how he was reading the pressure around him. His pocket awareness today really dwindled, man. He got really gun shy and trigger shy, and I don't know what he was doing, honestly. I mean, this guy, he dwindled back into that Kirk Cousins that we hate to see, where he's very indecisive and he's looking around and he doesn't know what's going on. Horrible game. And this Redskins team, I talked about it in my predictions and picks video on Friday. I said we've seen time and time again this Redskins team at home, when you expect them to win or when it's a big stage and a lot of people are watching, they don't show up for some reason a lot of times. We now see them lose this game. We saw them a couple weeks ago, lost against the Panthers. A huge game now that we look back. We look back against the Steelers week 1. I know they weren't expected to beat the Steelers, but man, they just played horrible that game. Last year, a playoff game against the Green Bay Packers at home. Lose that one pretty horribly. Also last year, Matt Castle goes to Washington and gets a victory. For some reason, at home, man, they have these just clunkers. I mean, they can have huge performances, right, where they beat the Green Bay Packers like this year very well and, you know, some other good performances in there. But a lot of times, for some reason, too many times, they just have absolute clunkers. And that was an example today. You look at the running game, Rob Kelly with only 33 yards today on 12 carries, 2.8 yards per carry. And I remember back to that Green Bay Packers game, I tried to tell a lot of y'all that were so excited about Robert Kelly. Look what Robert Kelly did in this game. Oh, we found our running back. Yay, our first running back in Washington since Clinton Portis. I said, hold on, guys. I saw nothing from him in that game that really impressed me in terms of running back traits, right? There was a lot of open holes, gouging holes that he just ran through, and then he did an okay job in the red zone, but man, I didn't see any vision. In fact, I thought his vision actually was not very good at all. There were some bigger runs to be made. I know it's surprising to say, but I thought it was true. You're seeing more of that. His vision isn't very good. Obviously not very athletic at all. They call him Fat Rob for a reason, so he can't make up for that lack of running back vision. This guy's not very good at all, right? So this Redskins team, to me, they need to upgrade the running back position next year. I have not seen enough from Robert Kelly, and hopefully they agree. Not a big Robert Kelly fan at all. Chris Thompson got his usual carries for nothing. This guy is also someone that's not very good at all. Y'all got to improve the running back position. You look at the wide receivers. Pierre Garçon, huge day, and he is now over 1,000 yards on the season quietly, but yes, he's over 1,000 yards on the season. A contract year for him, a big year for him. I've heard rumors that he's going to get paid wealthily in free agency. I can't believe that. Whoever does that, to me, is a fool. Yes, this has been a good season for him and maybe have 1 or 2 more, but he's only going to have 1 or 2 more. If you sign this guy to a 4-year, let's say $40 million deal, or maybe $35 million deal, or even $30 million deal, I think you're paying him way too much money. We'll see what happens there. But he had a good game today, right? But man, Kirk Cousins couldn't find Jamison Crowder when he needed to. Only found Jordan Reed once in the red zone. Redskins continue to have problems in the red zone. That's been consistent all year. Sean McVay, I'm looking at you. That's the offensive coordinator. I'm looking at you. They don't know what they're doing, man. They didn't show up today, really. I mean, that's the damn truth, man. They don't know what they're doing, and they didn't show up today. That's the story to me. Defensively, Mason Foster was all over the place. He ended up with 17 total tackles. Duke Iheanacho, as I call him. Duke Iheanacho, he had an okay game as well. He had a lot of tackles, but I was not in love with the defensive line play today. They let Paul Perkins run for too much. They didn't get much push off of the snap, so I didn't love that either. A season for Trent Murphy that hasn't been very good. Same thing for Preston Smith. So this Redskins defense, man, they need better players. They need safeties. They need a defensive lineman to me. They need another linebacker to me. They need players on this defense right now that they just don't have. have. And I remember coming into the season, I had this Redskins team going 8-8. They didn't finish 8-8, but then they got pretty damn close as you could get, as close as you could physically get to being 8-8. That's what the Redskins were. The only thing that could be closer than this, I guess you could say, would be going 7-7-2, but that will never happen. So you will never see another season closer to being 8-8 than the Redskins were this season. You look at the New York Giants real quickly. I mean, there's not much to talk about. I was not happy at all with the decision to play Odell Beckham one snap, right? Odell Beckham does not need practice reps. To me, you are risking the franchise for nothing, right? If you do not have Odell Beckham Jr., if he gets injured, God forbid, in this game, you are finished, okay? Absolutely, unequivocally finished. You're so finished, you can't even believe it. As next week, you're going to have to either go to Detroit or Green Bay. You're going to need to score some points, right? If you go to Detroit, I know you bottled Detroit to only 6 points, but if you go to Detroit, they're going to put up points at home. You're going to need to be able to put up points too. Without Odell, that ain't happening with this offense. Let's just call it what it is. So I was not in love with that decision at all to play Odell Beckham. There's no way in hell I would have played him, but they played him. They didn't throw him to him much, thank God. Only 7 targets. He caught 5 of them, but that's too much to me. That's unnecessary hits to me. Eli Manning played all right, had a great deep ball, but I don't think he really cared, and he should have, right? I think they were just trying to go out there, just make sure they didn't get rusty and play, right? And maybe troll the Redskins a little bit, and that's what they ended up doing. I think the defense really wanted this game. I saw Dominique Cromartie being very animated. Landon Collins, same thing. Landon Collins continues to play great, by the way. Did have the penalty, but again, I hate these sideline penalties. He was late in the game. He got a penalty, unnecessary roughness on the sideline. He was late, but he wasn't that late. I don't know. I hate these sideline calls, especially to wide receivers. I mean, my God, if they can't take a hit, who can you hit? My goodness. But anyway, so he's playing great. And how many sacks? How were the sacks distributed today? So we had 1 sack for Landon Collins. Damon Harrison had 1. Leon Hall, Dominique Cromartie, Olivier Vernon did not. So he does go this season with under 10 sacks, as I predicted. And to me, that contract is still too expensive. I understand. He's such a very good run defender. He's the best run defending defensive end in the NFL. But dude, this guy's getting paid $17 million per year of your cap. That's about, I want to say 11 to 12, maybe even 13% of your cap. Man, that's a lot. You got to get 10 sacks, dog. At least, I'd say even 12. I'd honestly say 12. So anyway, whatever. I'll go ahead and drop that one. But Leon Hall, you love how he's playing in the slots. You're 4 cornerbacks deep. Dominique Cromartie, Eli Apple, Leon Hall, and of course, Janoris Jenkins. This will present problems for Detroit or Green Bay. If you beat them, it will present problems for Dallas. It already has. You've beaten them twice. If you go on to face Atlanta, it will have problems for them. The one thing against Atlanta, though, I do not love that matchup because their running backs will give your linebackers hell, right? Your linebackers aren't very good. And although you're very good against the run, including Olivier Vernon, once those running backs get behind your defensive line in terms of receiving stuff, in terms of the passing game, you're in trouble because Jonathan Casillas, he's all right, but he's been playing more on the defensive line, close to the defensive line, really deep into the front there. He's not going to be able to stop them, and he's your best linebacker, right? The rest of them aren't very good. Devin Kennard, he's not very fast, so I think the running backs are really going to cause problems for you in the receiving game. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge if we get there, if we need to get there. But in terms of this game, the Giants win, Redskins lose, Redskins choke. And Kirk Cousins, again, let's go back to him one last time. So, you had a horrible game, whatever. You have a chance at the end of the game to go down the field and to win the game. Last year, was it against the Eagles? Was that the you like that moment? I believe it was, right? Where Kirk Cousins led his team right down the field, scored a touchdown. I remember watching that drive. I said, no way in hell. It ain't happening. They're not going to go down the field and score a touchdown because that's who the Redskins had become. They had become a team that could not do that, right? Again, they had a chance here to reclaim that. You've had a horrible game. Go down the field and win the game. Couldn't do it. I absolutely failed at it through an interception, which is inexcusable, and their season comes to a miserable end. My advice to the Redskins, and I will make a season recap for them and every other team after the season, which is now, my advice to you guys, Kirk Cousins, he is good enough to take you to the Super Bowl. He is. But he needs help. If he was on the Denver Broncos are going to win the Super Bowl this year. To me, right? To me. So, build your defense. Build your running game. Build these things that need to be built, and Kirk Cousins can lead to the promised land. If you guys let go of this guy, I don't think you will. I think you'll franchise him and we'll go through this crap again. But if you guys let him go, it'll be such a mistake. You won't be able to believe it, man. This guy has thrown for over 4,500 yards this season. Oh my God. Now, yes, he did let you down tonight. He let you down against the Carolina Panthers. But what you need to do is look what the Giants are doing. They've built a team to where Eli Manning can win when he's having a bad day. Today, he wasn't having a great day. We saw both these two teams were tied 10-10. One team's defense helped out their quarterback, and the other team's didn't. It goes just beyond preventing them from scoring points. It goes beyond that. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. There's never been a team to win the Super Bowl without getting a pick 6 or 2, right? To win a game. So, you need help. Get Kirk Cousins some help. Get some defenders. You have Josh Norman, good. Get Sua Cravens out there playing safety. Go sign a defensive lineman. Go sign a linebacker. Go draft a linebacker. Go draft a defensive lineman. Go draft a cornerback. Go draft a safety. Draft a running back. Please, God, draft a running back. And then next year, you can easily be back in the playoffs. And then do it again the year after that. And then you guys could easily be in the Super Bowl. I think there's a road here for this Redskins team. They're not down and out. This is exactly where I thought they'd be after the season. They're exactly where I thought they would be. Now, just implement a strategy and a plan. Figure things out in the red zone, and this Redskins team can be back. But again, I will talk about this more in my season recap for this team. So what are you guys' thoughts on this game? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been the MGA Take on Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out.